going on, guys? I am in my pajamas because it's a cold, wet Friday night, and I have been jamming to the new Foo Fighters song, No Son of Mine, all day to roll in 2021. And I figured, let's learn it. Let's learn it together here on this nice platform that we know as YouTube. So before we start, I want to make a deal with you, because I know a lot of people are probably just going to want tabs and figure it out on their own. Well, I am such a nice, generous person that I made some tabs for you. And I want you to screenshot right now because, as you'll see before you, I wrote all these tabs out by hand in my notebook. How cool is that? And you thought that was cool. Wait, because there's more. If you screenshot right now, you'll see I did my best to tab out the solo. And if that doesn't earn me a subscribe, that's not a sentence. Let's make a deal. If you're going to steal my tabs, hit that subscribe button. It's the least you could do. It's a trade. It's a tit for tat. Let's learn some No Son of Mine. So this is the verse. It's kind of the main riff of the song, but there's a couple variations going on with it. So we're going to start on the low E, and we're going to make an octave. And if you don't know what an octave is, it's basically you're making a power chord, but you're moving your ring finger. So instead of being one string away, you're going to be two strings away. If you don't know what a power chord is, it's basically a simple math formula. It's simple arithmetic. You have a root and you have a fifth. You're going to put your pointer finger on the root, which in our case is the seventh fret of the E string, which is B, and then you're going to go up to the next string, which would be A, and then take your ring finger and you're going to add 2 to whatever your root is. And you're all smart people. 7 plus 2 is 9. So if we were making a power chord, we would put it on the 9th fret. But we're not. We're making an octave. So this is going to go 2 strings over. So we got E and D. Now we're going to use power chords later. So keep that in the back of your mind. So this is the main riff. We got our octave shape. We're going 7, 6, 5, 3, and then we're chugging this open E. And I count it like 1 and a 2 and a, because you got this little gallop. Think like Iron Maiden. Except slower, a little bit slower, and it's the Foo Fighters, not Iron Maiden. How I'm doing that is I'm down picking the 1, and then I'm also down picking the and then coming back for that 1 and a 2 and a. And you might not consider that first chug the downbeat. That's just how I heard it, and that's how obviously that's how I hear it. That's how I'm teaching it to you. Now we have a couple variants. So when the full band comes in, it turns into this. Where you're just hitting that open E string, and then you're hitting these open B and open high E. It's a very classic rock and roll thing to do. Be very on brand for the Foo Fighters to have a very classic rock, dad rock thing in their tune. Okay, what I just did there was important. You don't want to do this and just not fret anything. What I do as a safety sort of is I fret an E major chord, which looks like this. Because if I hit an extra string, it's still going to fit the tune. Whereas if I have, say I slip and I hit an open A, D, or G, and we got, that sounds horrible. And we don't want that. So try to make an E chord, at least make an E minor. Also, if you want to beef it up again, you're the only guitarist in the band, you could play a chord too. So you could have that open E, you could play your power chord with it. So you remember, power chords are important. Third variation of this riff is going to be when we come out of the chorus, and we're going to go up to, I call this the War Pigs double stop, because the double stop, or fourth, or whatever you want to call it, and it's used in War Pigs. So here's what we're doing. We're doing our thing. We're going to come up, and we're going to play 12 on the D string and the G string. If you want, you can get that B string in there. I don't think I included it in the tabs, but whatever you're feeling. And a lot of vibrato, which is, you know, the stupid thing where you wiggle your fingers back and forth. So all three variants of this verse riff, you got the chuggy Iron Maiden one. Then you got the one with the dad rock thing. And then we got our War Pigs double stop. Let's check out the chorus. Chorus is simple. It's all our power chords, which I explained already. So if you don't remember, go back about, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 minutes. But we're gonna have this power chord on D. So go to the 5th fret, the A string. You can either just hold them out as whole notes. I'm hearing like a 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, that kind of thing. But if you're sort of a beginner and you just don't have the endurance or stamina or youthfulness, feel free to hold them out. That's fine too. We're gonna go to the 5th fret of the A string and play 1 and, drop that down to the E string on the 5th fret, 2 and, go to the 3rd fret of the E string. And this is where it changed, because we went up to this C power chord, 8th fret of the E string. We're gonna go from here down to the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret, and then we're gonna hit that E and go down. Or just a review, rather. And then from there we do our. Make sense? So that is the first line of the chorus. We're practically going to do the same thing again. I'm going to start on this D, or 5th fret A string, 5th fret E string, 3rd fret E string, 8th fret E string, and we're going to be on this A for a while. 1, 2, 4, for 2 measures, or 1.5 measures. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, to our War Pigs version of the verse riff. That's your chorus. So now we get to this cool little bridge riff. How did I play that? I'm going to show you. I'm going to use my pointer finger and my ring finger. So like that. Yeah, like that. And then I'm going to have my pointer finger on 5 on A. I'm going to hammer on to 7. 5, hammer on to 7. Play a couple more 7s. 3 to be exact. And then we want to go to 5. And then we want to go down to 7 on A. I'm sorry, 7 on E. Excuse me. 5, hammer on 7. 7, 7, 7, 5, 7. That's your first part. Then we're going to do our hammer-on thing, but on the E string. We go down to 3, so it's 5, hammer on the 7, 7, 7, 7, 5, 3. Then after that, we're going to do another one. We've shifted positions a little bit. So we're going to do pointer finger at 3rd fret, 3, hammer on to 5, 5, 5, 5, 3. Bring this ring finger up to 5th fret of the A string. Hit that note and slide up to 7. And then hit 7 again. If you want, make it a little heavier, you can get that open E string in there too. And that's why I put it in parentheses. I think that's what that means. You know, I've been playing guitar for 15 years. I still don't know what that means when a note is in parentheses and tabs. So this last part, we do that riff 3 times? Yeah, let's say 3, and correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. After that, we're gonna do like we're gonna do a partial riff. And then I think this is what's going on. I really just tried to double what was going on in the solo, but I think this is it. And also, it's a free lesson, so you can't complain. We're gonna play a power chord, and we're literally just gonna climb up the fretboard. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's like a... So your whole little bridge riff section is... Except it's faster. At that speed, it passes as sort of like a Black Crowes, Black Keys, Arctic Monkeys, Dinosaur Jr. Actually, I've never listened to Dinosaur Jr. in my life, so I can't say it passes for one of those songs. So it's a little faster, but you'll get there. After the solo, and a couple other spots in the song, Dave Grohl and company are just kind of hitting a bunch of dead strings. So have fun with that. Make it your own. That's what they would want you to do. And that's what I want you to do too. We're gonna check out the solo now. And here's what I'm gonna tell you right now. I can confidently say 75% of this solo is accurate. And there's 2 ways of looking at it. There's the negative way, which is, oh, I got 75% of a solo. But there's the positive way saying, I got 75% of a solo and a nifty new lick. Now hopefully I tabbed it out right, and this is 100% accurate. But, you know what? It's always nice having a nifty new lick in your guitar arsenal, lick, library, whatever you want to call it. Let's check it out. During this riff, the riff we just learned, the first parts of the solo are going to harmonize with that. So we're going to put our pointer finger, not harmonize. I mean, I guess they're technically harmonizing, but we're in sync with those hits. 3, 4. So here's what we're going to do. For that first one, we're going to put our pointer finger on the B string, 5th fret, and then we're going to do our classic bend on the string above it, the G string. When I bend, I like to use 2 fingers because it gives me extra strength. We got... So that's our first one. That's where these are all coming in. We're going to do that slash thing the Slash likes to do. So we're going to take our ring finger, go to the 14th fret of the G string. Again, I'm going to use these 2 fingers now that I have them available. And I'm going to bend the G string up with them, and I'm going to keep my pinky planted on 15 on the B string. That's how we get this really nice, dissonant, but we love it sound. Don't do that. Do this. So we got... The last one is we're going to go to the 15th fret of E, and again, I'm going to use these fingers. I use my ring for this. You can use your pinky if you want. If you really wanted to, you could do something like that, but I don't recommend it. This is how I play it. I feel comfortable. Ring finger, we're going to bend 15 on E up. And I think the first bend is a little bit higher. It's like a whole step bend. And then we're going to bring it down and just have this wicked vibrato on it. I should say, all these have wicked vibrato on them. I bring it down. I think that sounds cool. He might keep it up the whole time. Is remember this? We're going to basically bend with that. Now, I heard 2 things. It could just be a couple notes. Play the root note. So it would be 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then you're actually not going to play 14. On the D string, Or you could do what I thought was a little cooler and go back to our bend. And we're going to go to the B string. And we're going to bend 2 frets up on G. So if I'm on 9, it's going to be 11. And we're just going to walk up until we get to the 16th fret. We're going to bend every single one. It's like Master of Puppets, but in reverse. Then we got these 2 cool little licks. Going back to our cool slash-like bend. We're going to go 14 on G. Pinky on 15 on the B string. Bend it up, down. Go to 12 on G for a double stop. If you just hit the G string, that's fine. If you get the double stop in there, that's fine too. It's rock and roll, it doesn't matter. Then we're gonna go 14, 12, 14, 12 on D and G. So that whole first lick is... And then the second half of that, we're just kind of basically cutting it in half. We're gonna bend, that double stop, and just kind of slide it to nothing. So far we got... Any questions? Leave them in the comments. I was about to say chat, but there's no chat. This is the part that I don't necessarily know if it's right. This is what I'm hearing. Up to that point. So we're gonna go to the 2nd fret of the G string. And we wanna match that B string. Not totally, because you hear how we have a little bit of dissonance in there. Watch, I'm using my ring and my pointer. Because it's tough to bend down here. So we're gonna bend that up. Hit open B, open E, we do it twice. We're gonna start on 2, and we're gonna use our middle finger to slide up to 4. And then while this note on the G string is ringing out, we're gonna hit 3 on the B string. That's not an ideal sound. Anyways, so we got... Then I'm gonna use my middle finger to slide up to 7, so it's gonna go from 4 to 7, and while that 7 is ringing out, I'm gonna hit 5 on B, and then 7 on B. So we got... And now I'm gonna take this middle finger and slide it to 9 on G, and then we go 7, 8 on the B string, then we go back to this 9, 7, 8, 10. Alright, so after that, what I'm hearing is this little, we go back to 8, and we're gonna bend 10 up on B, then we go to 10 on E, bring 10 back down, 8, 10, 8, 9, 7, 12. So the whole thing. And you let that B hold out for a while. Cool guys, thanks for tuning into this lesson. If you enjoyed it, give me a thumbs up, subscribe. Remember, if you stole my tabs, I'm gonna find out that you stole my tabs. And when I do, I better see that you subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment if you want me to teach you any more Foo Fighters songs. If you want me to do more lessons, if you want me to do more lessons in this, like, you know, bedtime sweatshirt ensemble. And yeah, I will see you guys next week. Enjoy playing No Son of Mine. Great tune.